Morning. So, 31st of May. Memorial Day, I think, in America, isn't it? It's the Aries energy today. The fire, the sky. And I am the soul pool, you are the soul pool, we are the soul pool together as a collective. Astro DJ has decided he doesn't mind the name Joe, so I'm going to call him Joe. Probably not his real name, but that's what I keep getting off him, so that's what he's having. What happened was I woke up at 4:44 on the clock, and a song come into my head of, which will be for the monthlies, but then skipped to another one, and I didn't know it, but I knew it was Elton, because you can't miss Elton's songs, but I didn't know it, never heard this one, and it's called Someone Saved My Life Tonight. And so I had to listen to it because I've never heard of it, and it was 4 o'clock in the morning. I thought it was a bit too early to do the read. And he actually mentions 4 o'clock in the morning, so I know it's important. Somebody has possibly cheated death this morning at about 4 o'clock. Someone saved him, somebody was watching over him. I don't know who it was. I don't know what it was. All I know is Spirit's looking after us. That's all that matters. So, here we go. What do we need to know today, Spirit, please? I'll get the rest of the monthlies out today. I can concentrate on the songs. So, someone saved my life. Fire sign energy. Wow, fire sign energy all the way through. Epona. I'm going to have to look that up. It's depicted as a unicorn here, so magic. I've already had a visit from the crows this morning. Unfinished business. Somebody acting without thinking. One night stands. Hasty actions. Passion. Sagittarius energy. Someone who's all mouth and no trousers, there you go, Elaine. the snake in the grass, somebody who doesn't take action. The negative side of Aries. Aries cusper could be Pisces Aries or Aries Taurus. Failure, defeat. There he is. Today's card, neutral. The father, the government official, the partner, self-esteem, enemies. So it seems that your ego is out of whack. Loving yourself perhaps too much. Action is needed. An unconditional love of a female, possibly Scorpio energy, which is jealousy, the womb, shared resources. It's not enough. There's a lack. So it seems someone needs to remember who they are and have some self-respect. Bad habits, addictions getting out of hand, maybe. Massively important self-respect here. If you're not grateful, Spirit will take something away from you until you are, for the little that you do have. Nothing that you've been through up to now is wasted. So do not think that what you've been doing was pointless. You need to finish what you started. You keep giving up before the rewards, because it's too easy to give up, and that causes defeat. The enemy may well be yourself. There's no other cards in this read, no major arcanas, because today's card is neutral. So it's an internal thing where somebody isn't taking action that's needed and possibly hasn't for 7 years. Finances are lacking. Security is lacking. Someone's on a downward spiral here, and it's becoming very, very clear which path you should take. You may have been torn between two. The owl animal totem brings wisdom, and thanks to country, we know now that the owl is the 23rd of November to December the 21st, which is Sagittarius. So we've got the Sagittarius energy there. 18, the number 18. Maybe an 18-year-old Sagittarius for all we know, but it's been a path of blood and tears. And they may be ping-ponging between two houses. Perhaps the parents are separated and they're having to ping-pong between two houses. Whatever it is, it's becoming abundantly clear and they've learned some lessons. This is a toxic situation. Capricorn energy, the 15. And it has to be said, I think that was in the Aries read. The first tomorrow is mentioned, and those born 1951. Someone feels trapped, cornered, shackled. Don't sign anything. Someone's been used here, and they're just accepting it, taking it. Material things, seduced by the devil as far as spirit's concerned. Sex, drugs, rock and roll, all the trappings of a good life. Keeping up with the Joneses, worrying about what other people think and not taking any action. They keep saying it. Somebody's not taking action when they should. And it's brought about defeat. You need to come out of this nightmare. Yes to the water sign female. Happiness, perhaps abundance or a birth. Bliss. The answer is yes to any question. You have to take action and make your choice. Narrow down your options. You've been living in a dream world. 2 sevens. Communication is the key. Siblings. Medical matters. First on the 28th. Gemini energy. Something or someone new entering your life. And we've said, haven't we? It could be anything from a dishwasher to a bloody person. Either way, it makes a difference in your life. It brings you positivity. Remember that your words and thoughts are spells and you are manifesting your own reality. If it's a person, it could be somebody that works with blades, discs, cups or wood. The blades could be anything from a hairdresser to a surgeon. The fox means there may have been some sort of deceit here or somebody needed to learn how to survive. They wear hats, maybe, and are many things to many people. But someone has definitely been used. The rooster, 1993, plus or minus 12 February to February. There needs to be equal give and take. Six years, 7 years mentioned. Yeah, impatience. Sagittarius energy again. This chapter needs to end, but somebody's in denial about it. It's unfinished business. The roots are not strong enough. There is a puzzle, an enigma here. There's no travel, delays in travel. Something needs to be brought to a conclusion. Bring the walls of Jericho down. Judgment Day has arrived. The 21 is negative, the 20 is positive. Mama Bear, Cancer energy. Psychic because it's white. Could be medical issues. The teeth, the bones, a long-standing problem. A transformation. The phoenix rises from the ashes. A passing. With the crow today and Mum's card there. It's a bit scary, this one. Stick a fork in me, I'm done. It's about an end to pain, physical and emotional. 10 weeks. Financial success, a Leo female, demands respect and some financial recompense. Only sitting on the fence, a water sign female, trying to do everything by themselves, juggling all the tasks that need to be done. Dark night of the soul, not wanting to pass through that doorway. Perhaps somebody on the verge of passing and he's a little bit scared. Love is all you need. Love will solve everything. There it is again, a toxic situation. Bound to the devil. The material side of life. The knees, the bones, geriatric issues, teeth. Someone's being used. Do not sign anything. Don't let people manipulate you. The 15, massively negative. It's been mentioned more than once. It's very important. Somebody here is going through a massive transformation. There may be a betrayal or a passing, but what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. You have to believe. 24 Pisces. Believe. It is sacrificing yourself for ungrateful people. A person that's been hung out to dry and forgotten, even though they gave all of themselves so that you could benefit. You need to look at things from a different angle and put your boundaries in place. I must be a mermaid. I have no fear of depth and a great fear of shallow living. Somebody doesn't want to live this shallow life anymore. It's about the heart. There may have been a heart attack at 4 o'clock this morning. And faith and trust, we must surrender to what is. Pisces, the double fish, is ruled by Neptune, god of the waters, oceans and seas. It's a mutable sign. Its home being the 12th house of self-undoing, your own worst enemy. It is a mysterious and unfathomable, but can indicate a life that needs clarifying as well as definition. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac and symbolises old souls. One who has passed through many lives, picked up much here and there, and experienced almost everything along the way, but sometimes doesn't process things well and tends to repeat mistakes. Pisceans have trouble maintaining their boundaries and sometimes even feeling half erased. If you've ever observed a Pisces, you may notice they appear, or they don't appear, as intelligent as they really are. Could even call them gullible or vague, until they start cranking out works of genius. And they can be so physically tuned in, it'll knock your socks off. Pisces is a beautiful sign with much compassion, denoting true visions that link up with the collective. Those ruled by this sign know much, know it all deep down, but have trouble sorting this matter out. They are able to sense deeply, except for certain things extremely bad for them, which turn into mishaps and disasters. But through it all, Pisces will survive. Like I said, the fox, learning how to survive. Dreamers, artists, composers, poets, mystics, victims and prisoners all fall under the rulership of this water sign. There is little doubt that higher consciousness falls under the domain of Pisces. In a superficial way, it looks as if the world is their oyster, with their talents, beauty, sensitivity and connectedness with the unknown. Pisces sees the best and is an idealist, but the flip side of this is cynicism, which can come in waves. So dreams will lead you now, but clear thinking is a must. You may be extra sensitive to beauty currently. Poetry will course through you. You feel connected to source. You like the idea of surrendering to what is. Compassion flows. So take advantage of inspiration and channel it into a creative project. If you have a notion or a dream, swim to it. Capture that wave. A great idea from the past may re-emerge, and you may want to return to finish it. But you will want to tackle this idea soon when you are inspired, or the entire matter could disappear into the rushes of the deep. About your question, you may be confused, yes, and reactions of others, or simply unable to get the correct answer, yes, because you're being manipulated. It can be like the pristine sea or the muck of a swamp, and getting lost is a danger. Make sure you're not being pulled under by other people's complications. It's even possible that someone in your life saps you. Usually this is not intentional, but because of some delusional way of thinking or viewing the world that clouds issues. Do not fall into that same confusion. Make sure you are protected and have the proper boundaries in place. You may have physical symptoms but find no reason for them. Careful when this card comes up, especially in regard to medicine or drugs, because allergies and strange reactions to medications may develop. Circumstances may be covert or at least obscured from view. Somebody is trying deliberately to confuse you. The number 12 is massively important, and the number 4, which again is today, 31st, adds up to 4. Compassion, oneness, art, the unconscious, music, water, and being the victim. Be careful you are not the victim of others. Being used. Hecate. I believe someone has or will pass. Spirit of guiding them, showing them where the light is. Hecate is equivalent to the hermit, walking away from all you ever believed to be true. The wise woman. Hecate. She is a major goddess, the goddess of sacred healing. She is associated with crossroads and magic. Her symbols are her dog and her flaming torch. So the dog is 1970, plus or minus 12 February to February. And there, in the reverse, is the crossroads. She has the ability to travel between the unseen world and the seen world, but is not subject to either. She governs intuition and occult knowledge. She is invoked to give protection during dangerous times. Hecate is traditionally a crone, a wise woman, a walker between the worlds. She was much feared for her magic power, which can be used to heal and protect if she is treated respectfully. It was Hecate who heard the screams of Persephone when Hades had stolen her away to the underworld to be his bride. The toxic situation. And went to tell her grieving mother to meet her where she was. Hecate traditionally carries a torch so she can see where others can't, into the dark places of human psyche. Hecate, today, you weave your magic wherever you go. You sense shifts in atmosphere as easily as others see changes in the sky. You are a woman of subtlety and secrets, minor chords and labyrinths, and there's your labyrinth in the reverse. It is easy for you to know who it is when the phone rings. Like a spider, you sit in the middle of your web and keep threads of communication linking your loved ones. You know their joys and sorrows without them having to tell you. As a modern Hecate, you don't necessarily sit at home by the fire with a black cat for company. You may be out in the marketplace using your uncanny intuition to say, buy all shares or predict when to change your company market strategy. People call on you and ask them to send good wishes for their important interviews, and you may enjoy working with alternative healing techniques and improving your skills. The tarot cards, possibly. You may find that it's difficult to put your inner knowledge into words. You may know very clearly that candidate A is the wrong person for a job, even though on paper she looks fine. But how can you convince your colleagues to believe your gut feeling? The world likes facts that stand up in the light of day. Your very real inner world is a world of intuition and shadow, not facts or figures. The challenges are to try and live with grace in the real world, as you do when floating around the realms of the unseen. You may need to learn to cope with the mundane realities of paying bills and making sure that you have enough of a pension to retire on when it's time to move to the country and concoct herbal potions. Your tendency to withdraw when direct action is called for, like paying that bill, can cause a bit of chaos. Muttering curses to the electricity company when the time for you to repay is not a constructive use of your skills, now is it? So remember what I said, you're casting spells. You have a tendency to brood quietly on your hearts and send out bad vibes. Instead, you may have to learn that other people do not inhabit your subtle, gentle world. So that's the Seven of Pentacles, where you're doing yourself down because you're comparing yourself to the people in this world and you don't necessarily belong here. Practice asserting your wishes clearly, loudly and frequently until you are heard. Hecate, in love, you are an enchantress, sending out your potent love energy to the object of your desire, drawing him into your power as surely as a spider lures a fly into the web. I'm not sure what's happening, but let's not stop, says the poor besotted object of your desire. You smile your subtle Hecate smile that says more clearly than words that fate is sealed and certain. In your haste to make sure you haven't fallen in love with this man's potential, not the actual beer drinking, football watching, smelly sock wearing real man. It is all too easy for you to be convinced that he is a knight in shining armour in a former life and that you are his lady love, but it's this life you are dealing with now and how your relationship really is, not how it could be if only you would change back into the being that shining knight. So you have to love someone warts and all, even if he is the beer guzzling, bloody football playing, whatever. When she appears in your spread, know that the unseen workings of fate are working their mysterious magic for you. Your life is being shaped in ways not known to you from your present perspective. If you're waiting for something or someone to enter your life, you have to manifest it, visualize it happening live and in colour. If you have to take a decision involving love or career, imagine that you are at a crossroads. Hecate presides over those crossroads and ask her for help to guide you down the right road. Again, the two paths. Remember, it may not be the road you expected. There is also an element of warning in this card. Beware your potential to spoil or destroy relationships or business partnerships. This is also a card of deep healing, resolution, perhaps in unexpected ways. So, finally, Judgment Day, the Great Bear, everything is resolved. Perhaps in an unexpected way, of problems that have been with you for a very long time. Just accept the generous bounty of the magical goddess Hecate and whisper respectful thanks to her, no matter what this is. Something, a chapter, needs to end. It's time. Michael is the founder of Lost Souls. He's the protector When you are blessed with this angel card, you are guided to invoke Archangel Michael to help protect and strengthen you. He will increase your ability to deal with problems, so ask him to cut with his sword any emotional cords which bind you to people, stuck situations or past memories. Then ask him to fill you with strength and love. He will shield you from the destructive thoughts, emotions and actions of others. Archangel Michael works on the blue ray, giving strength and courage. Call for his help and visualize yourself wearing a deep blue cloak, securely fastened. This will place you under his protection. He is the master of all angels, a great warrior spirit, and within his light you will feel more secure. Have more confidence, energy and power. I am strong and I am protected by Archangel Michael. Michael can find things as well if you ask him. If there's something lost, he will find it. Oh, 7th house, marriage, Cancer. And is it Saturn? So the truth, pretty sure it's Saturn. Yep. 7th house of marriage and partnerships, legal matters, Libra, the loins, the marital home, the call on the prostate, relationships, matrimony, partnerships, unity, other people, projections, public enemies, and lawsuits. The truth is coming out. It can no longer be hidden. The mother energy, the womb, the breasts. This security conscious placement clings firmly to the past, creating rigid boundaries to protect loved ones. Depression and moodiness are possible. So you have to see things in a different light. Perhaps if it's the passing of someone, you are refusing to let them go. And when they do go, it brings on depression and moodiness. It is never easy when we lose a loved one, and trust me, you've seen me do it. I have a paddy and I refuse to talk to spirit when my brother died. But the thing is, we've got to realise it's not about us. And unconditionally love and let go, because they've fought. They've done all the fighting they need to do. Sorry, I'm getting emotional, I don't know why. They've done all the fighting they need to do, and they're tired. And it's selfish of us to keep them here. And they want you to know that when they get to the other side, they're happy because they're reunited with loved ones they haven't seen for many, many years, and the love surrounds them. And the only thing that upsets them is that we are sad. And they don't want us to be sad. Life's too short to be sad. So remember that. It's okay to grieve, because grieving is just having nowhere to put your love, no physical entity to put your love. But they're still there, and they still feel you, and you will still feel them if you let them. So, sorry about that. I got a bit stupid. Thanks for listening. I'll speak soon. Bye.